Alexander. And they'll be facing Ice Cold from Finland.
Just take note, Todd. Check out the reach. Check it out.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, and now from Crimea in Ukraine, here is an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner from Finland, wearing the...
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right.
If you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need anything apart from that opponent in the opposite corner.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup, and here we go. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Good counter punching. And he misses with that straight left. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Nice counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Jab does not score. That counter shot lands. You'd like to see more jabs. Solid punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. And he's a very... Whoa, wait a minute. And we may see an early stoppage here. And down goes Ice Cold. Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You all right?
You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
Can make or break a fighter.
That's a terrible round, that is. Come on, you've let him back in the fight. You're much better than this guy. You're much better. He's like no...
And there's the bell to start round 2. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Punch, counter punch. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. This is a high-octane battle. This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
Sluggers just want to mow you down. They want to walk straight through you as though you do not exist. You've got to be fit for this one.
Nice counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Good counter punch. A perfect counter shot. Back and forth they go. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right.
Come on, you've let him back into this. You're better than this kid.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. That uppercut's blocked. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Which fighter will say no mas? That jab doesn't find a home. His stamina is off the charts. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy? He's
right. Let's go out there. Get your boxing back.
There's the bell for round 4. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. That jab misses. Missing with the hook. Well done with that counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? We wanted action, and they are delivering. Do you believe what we're seeing? That right hook catching air. A lot of effort being exerted here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like eternity. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That hook was off target. Nice exchange here from both men. And that right jab just misses. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The perfect counter lands. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Couldn't land that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. From this moment forward,
What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off.
on to the 6th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Catch and shoot. Hey, those punches add up. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Beautiful counterpunch. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you've cheated, now we're going to find out.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I'm worried about these two fighters.
Come on, switch on. Switch on.
And there's the bell for round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Nice counter. Nice counter punch right up the middle. He misses with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Nice counter punch. How about that time counter shot? Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
They exchange punches. Both men step back for just a moment. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Stamina is always...
He was close to this fight.
Round 8, and we're off again. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Beautiful counter shot. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Punch, counter punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. Trying to land that jab. Beautiful counter punch. Catch and shoot. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And that's it, a unanimous. Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, Ice Cold. He'll square off against Smokin' Joe Frazier. He took part in the greatest boxing trilogy of all time with Muhammad Ali. He defines the words Philly fighter.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to mean
Up first, Ice Cold from Finland. Smokin' Joe Frazier.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Finland, wearing the white trunks with red trim, Ice Cold. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
all what's left is for the first bell to go. That's all we need now, because the build-up is getting ridiculous.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman. Nice counter. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. And we may see a stoppage here. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace, get the pace back to normal.
Big whiff with the right hook. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter shot lands. This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
How you deal with a slugger, you've got to use brain over brawn. Bull in a matador, pop, jab, move. Get them angry.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope...
On to the second round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he just missed with that left jab. Punch, counter punch. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy. Hold that thought! And now going for the finish. And now they're right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter shot. That one lands. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Hold that and down goes ice cold. And you can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your glove.
That'll be a 10-8 round. And there's the bell to start round 3. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Catch and shoot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Well done with that counter shot. The perfect counter lands. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Beautiful counter punch. There's a counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good counter punch. He caught him with that body shot, and it froze him in his tracks. Look at this again.
I need to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you continue?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant. Just hold that shot. And now going for the finish. He's been knocked down, but at least not.
Big deep breaths. Calm yourself down.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Good counter punching. Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? And he scores with the counter. Good looking hook, but it was blocked. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. The straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that jab. A perfect counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no...
You gotta get out there and switch on.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Well, there's no argument right there.
We welcome you to Cambrian Hall. When you think class, this is the place to be. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work.
The Brown. Deontay.
This bout.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
This is one of my favorite venues. Get the right fight, you got a night of fun.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Do you believe what we're seeing? And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. So much for boxing. This is a fight. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
That counter punch caught him clean. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them.
That's his round.
And there's the bell for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That one will count. And that jab just missed with the left hand. When you're at such a reach disadvantage, you've got to find a way to work on the inside.
I've done that before. Use your reach, use your speed. Frustrate the opponent. Make them make a mistake.
Just missed with that jab. Punch, counter punch. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The game plan does not seem... Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Good counter punch. How about that time counter shot? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't find a home with that jab. Perfect counter lands. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. Not a lot of defense here at all. That counter shot lands. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. A swing and a miss with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that when you're thinking, come on, Bo.
Have you got complacent?
Here we go to the fourth round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Joe Louis in the Hall of Famer. Joe Louis is down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen to me. Are you okay?
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You've been put down.
Come on, you've let him back in the fight. You're much better.
Back into the fray here in round 5. His eyes look pretty clear. Hold it right there. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. And the Bronze Bomber goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite-level stuff here.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
It's that forever hope. You remember the fighter Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round.
He's starting to make mistakes and he's switching up.
On to the 6th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Nice counter shot. Left hook just missed. There's a counter shot. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers.
One, two, three, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. It's not over till...
Coasted this way, and now you're laying back.
And there's the bell to start round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
A perfect counter shot. Good punch. He threw the hook, didn't land. Beautiful counter punch. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
They miss with the jab. These two were made for each other. He threw a punch and just got countered. Caution being thrown to the wind. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard.
Switched off completely. Get your mind back on.
And we enter the 8th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter shot. Catch and shoot. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You'd like to see more jabs. Well done with that counter shot. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice job blocking the hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, what a result.
Let's fight.
Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch southpaw. nice and smooth. Stay that way now. Okay, let's reset, switch stance.
And time.
Listen, you've switched off. What you doing? Get out there.
Do your business.
There you go. Look at me, look at me.
Time.
Come on, you're better than that. You've done all your work all the way through camp.
Let's go.
Get back to the game plan. Mate, you need to pick it up. You need to pick it up. He's winning the round.
What you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch on.
Back.
Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch southpaw. Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch southpaw. Okay, let's reset. Switch